Aloha, everybody. How's it going out there? Welcome to Monday evening. You guys out there? Let me ask you something. Did you think that I was gonna forget about you? I kind of just did this on my other page, but do you think I would forget about you? Man, I love you guys way too much to forget about you. But been working on the podcast a little bit, coming to you from kind of the outside of Waikiki out here a little bit. What's up, Mary? Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful evening. I'm super thankful to everybody. Like I said, I've been working on the podcast. It's going pretty awesome. I got some new episodes. I'll set up a little link out there. But I got an interesting one for you today. Amidst all the chaos and the corruption and, there's so much craziness going on. And if you listen to the news, you would think that we are about to melt down as a country. And it might be true. Who knows what's going on out there? I know I don't know. But it seems like everything coming out of there is it's like half-truths. And that's kind of what we're going to get into today, is like truth. I think that our ideas of truth and communication, they begin at a really early age. My daughter is going to be in first grade. And I'm going to start off this little live video with a pretty funny story. So, most kids, they begin to, they go to school and they start learning and stuff, and then and they, if they're like my kid, or if they're like your kid, I'm sure this happens to everybody, they begin to understand that they can lie and get away with it. And I think that's the very foundation where things start to get into a little bit of trouble. And so my wife and I were having a conversation. What's up, JR? My wife and I were having a conversation about our daughter kind of telling some fibs. And what I've learned is that if you tell a child not to do something, they're going to do it more. Even if you can explain, it's best if you can sit down and explain to them, like, hey, here's why you shouldn't lie. And that initially was the path that my wife and I took. We said, listen, DZ, we don't want you to lie. We want you to be honest with us, and you shouldn't lie because we, even if you would hurt our feelings, or even if you feel like you have to say something, it's bad to lie because you end up getting caught later in life. And that worked for like a day or two. And then my wife and I continued to have the conversation about it, and we came up with a new strategy. And this was the new strategy, and I highly recommend it. So I pulled my daughter aside and I said, listen, you shouldn't lie. A lot of people lie. In fact, everybody lies a little bit, but you should work really hard on not lying. And if you're gonna lie, then don't get caught. See, what that does, it's almost like giving permission, but not really. Because I know if she's gonna try to lie to me, I'm gonna catch her, right? She's only like 7. So, what's up, Mark? And so, the other day, I had the day off, and my beautiful wife was working, she was doing stuff, and I was out working in the yard, and I had, my daughter was working with me, and then she went in the house to go do some things, and about 20 minutes go by, and I go back into the house, and I said, baby, you need to run upstairs and take a bath. And she just looks at me, and she goes, oh, I already did. Now, here enter the strategy. And so I go, oh, you already took a bath? And she goes, yeah. I go, well, how come your hair's not wet? See, I'm expecting her to fold right after the first lie. But listen to this little girl. I go, well, that's weird. If you took a bath, like, why isn't your hair wet? And she goes, oh, well, what's up, Christabel? So my daughter goes, oh, well, my hair's not wet, Dad, because I used Mom's hair dryer. Whoa, look at this girl. She's dropping back-to-back bombshells on her dad. So I'm like, hey, that's pretty good. In my mind, I'm thinking that's pretty good, but let's see how far we can push this. So I say to her, really? So you took a bath, and then you used Mom's hair dryer to dry your hair? She goes, yep, that's exactly what I did, Dad. And I said, that's interesting, because this morning, my love, I took all the batteries out of Mom's hair dryer. And she kind of looks at me like, ooh, You think she would fold right there, but nope, she's not gonna fold. She goes, yeah, actually, I had to come downstairs and put new batteries in the hairdryer, Dad. And now I'm kind of blown away. I'm like, wow, this girl's really going for it. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You already took a bath, used Mom's hairdryer, and then you came down and you put the batteries in the hairdryer. And she goes, yeah, Barry, what's cracking? I'm man, my old neighbor. I miss you, buddy. So my daughter says, yeah, Dad, I did all that. And I go, really? What size batteries does the hairdryer take? And she goes, oh, they take the big ones. They take 4 big ones. And now I'm kind of blown away because this girl has just dropped like four lies in a row. And so I look at her and I go, you know what, my love? You did really good there. However, Mom's hairdryer doesn't take batteries. There's no slot for batteries. It plugs into the wall. And without missing a beat, she just looks at me and she goes, okay, Dad, I think I'm gonna go take a bath now. You know what I mean? So I think if you can set it up that way, if you tell like a kid to do something, they're definitely, if you tell them not to do it, they're definitely going to do it. So if you can devise a strategy where you can kind of watch them do it and tell them, hey, don't get caught, and then you catch them, I think it illustrates to them better why you shouldn't lie. See, because I knew the whole time, and she made a lot of mental mistakes. But the reason I was bringing that up is if you look at a lot of the leaders in our, I guess I can just use politicians, but if you look at a lot of the politicians or even a lot of the media right now, they're just filling our heads with so much half-truth. And I think that, that's something that we should all, something that's worked really well for me is anytime anybody ever says anything, like the first question I ever ask myself is, Barry, man, so stoked to see you. The first question I ask myself whenever anybody says anything, in my mind, I always say, is that true? And you should try to use that every now and then because it's going to do a couple things for you. One, if it's not true, then you don't even have to respond to that person. If it's not true, then you'll probably begin to find a pattern with that person. But if it is true, now you have to adjust your style. If it is true, now you have to come up with, your answer, or now you get to figure out how to respond to that actual accusation. So I think, and I know I've talked a little bit about the future of education and how things might be in the near future. If kids even go back to school, I think it's going to be on all of us to be educating our kids in a way that hopefully we had someone in our life educate us. And that's one awesome little clip I learned about truth and something that I learned with my daughter as far as strategies to get them to excel in life and stuff like that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because just the situation we're in today. And so this is just kind of a little quick 1-2 video. I'm going to start doing some interviews and stuff. So if anybody out there wants to come on here with me and maybe just have a little conversation, I can bring you in on a live stream. Just get in the chat right there and let me know underneath this video, or you can message me on Facebook and say, hey, George, I'd like to sit down and chit chat a little bit, and we can come on and kind of just shoot the breeze and try to figure some things out. But I'm super stoked to be talking to you guys. I love you guys, and I hadn't been on for way too long, so I just wanted to come and do a quick little shout out to everybody, and I'll see you guys soon, all right? Aloha. Love ya.